Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Hi. Yeah, we got another Fat Electrician video. This one I haven't done. It's the world's smallest jet fighter, XF-85 Goblin. I don't know anything about planes. I was in the Navy for 6 years, but I had never learned anything about planes. I was in the Seabees, so it makes sense. I was never on an aircraft carrier or anything like that. So I never got familiar with planes. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and like it. And, I guess that's it. There we go. Quiet.
Today we're talking about that time America built a plane that we could shoot out of another plane. It's like planeception. I present to you the smallest jet-propelled fighter plane of all time, the XF-85 Goblin. Speaking of mythical creatures that like gold, this video is brought to you by Acre Gold. It's an online subscription service where you can invest in real gold for as little as $50 a month. So while everybody else is running around investing in holographic Charizard cards and NFTs...
Hey, those cards are going to be worth something, man.
You can be investing in just plain old FTs, actual fungible tokens. All right, we said it's small, but how small is it? This thing only comes in at 14 feet long, weighing 5,600 pounds. To put that into perspective, the F-18, you know, the one from the new Top Gun movie?
I never saw it, but I hear it's good.
That thing is 56 feet long and weighs 32,000 pounds. I'm trying to tell you that the Goblin is pretty average, if you ask me.
All right.
Okay, but really, it's cold at 48,000.
I was going to say penis joke, but then there's another penis joke on top of that penis joke. It's like penis inception.
Feet. Okay, give it a break. I'm just gonna level with you guys. I'm really surprised I made it this far in the video without making a dick joke. Way more penetration than I thought I'd get.
You know what? I forgive you.
Well, probably not, but we'll see how this goes. All right, so this was not a new concept. This has been around for a long time. It was called a parasite fighter. Basically, they would attach fighter planes onto the bomber. They would deploy the fighters if they had to defend the bomber. But why did America think they needed one in 1948 post-World War II? Well, you see, in World War II, most of our bombers and our long-range fighters had roughly the same range. So when the bombers went out on a bombing run, they had protection with them. Then America invented the B-36 Peacemaker, and it had way more range than any other plane in the American arsenal. And they hadn't quite figured out aerial refueling yet, so they figured, fuck it, we'll just bring the fighter with us. And the XF-85 Goblin is what they came up with.
Hold on a second. I gotta look at that again.
Fueling yet, so they figured, fuck it, we'll just bring the fighter with us. And the XF...
Dude, that's just pretty cool looking. I don't care what you say.
F-85 Goblin is what they came up with. It's basically a flying crotch rocket that goes 650 miles an hour, has 450 caliber machine guns, no landing gear, and only an hour worth of fuel. They basically drop it out of the bottom of the plane, and then after the fight, if it survives, it hooks back up and they pull it back into the plane.
I have been chosen. Farewell, my friends. I go on to a better place.
Now, my favorite part about this plane, though, is how they named it. X stands for experimental because there was only 2 of these ever made and it never saw full service. F is the plane designation, so this is a fighter like the F-22 or the F-18. 85 is the model number, and after this baby drops out of the bottom of a plane and starts shooting the enemy with 450 caliber machine guns while going 650 miles an hour, Goblin is what the enemy's gonna be doing on D's nuts.
Got me!
Okay, that was a lie. This plane is made by McDonnell Aircraft, and they always name their fighters after mythical creatures like the F-4 Phantom or the F-2H Banshee. Now, the reason this plane never actually saw service was because there was a humongous problem getting it to safely rehook back up to the bomber to get pulled inside. As I'm sure you can imagine, when you're flying a plane that resembles a fucking gumball and weighs less than an SUV, and you're trying to pull it up right underneath a humongous plane like a bomber, there's a lot of turbulence. It also probably didn't help that the pilot had some of the biggest balls of steel of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, the only man to ever fly this plane was Ed Schock. This man was stationed on the USS Lexington in World War II and flew 46 combat missions in an F-6F Hellcat. He is credited with downing 4 enemies, 3 of which were in the same day at the Battle of Leyte Gulf. And he was also credited with landing a direct bomb hit on a Japanese carrier at the Battle of Leyte Gulf as well. So yeah, complete gangster, balls of steel, and I'm sure that came in handy because of the 7 test flights of the Goblin ever, he had to crash land it 4 times. The inability for the Goblin to safely reconnect to the bomber would be the final nail in the coffin, bringing the project to an end. All the research efforts would then get diverted to aerial refueling, and that was the world's last attempt at making a parasite fighter. Both prototypes actually survive to this day and can be visited. One is in the National Museum of the United States Air Force in Dayton, Ohio, and the other is in the Strategic Air and Space Museum in Ashland, Nebraska. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
I always have to say I did. Beep, bop, boop, bop. We learned about a little plane, not that little. If you really think about it, don't look at my penis. Okay? I don't know. Just thinking of whatever we want now. All right, there you go. Oh, God. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below. Helps out the channel, makes me feel real good inside. Yum, yum, yum. And leave a comment if you got any. And maybe you want to suggest something. Go ahead and put that in the comments. I appreciate it, and bye.